I'm passionate about is giving an experience to people that they can play any way that they want. So I'm more of a single player guy. In Driver San Francisco was exactly my jam because it was exactly the type of game I wanted to play. But even Burnout Paradise, I played mostly single player. It's where I'm comfortable. So I'm working with a game director, and I think Andy's very similar, who like multiplayer experiences, who like sharing this experience. So every single mission that we have in the game, every single race or takedown or getaway from the cops is playable not only solo, but cooperatively. And that's quite apart from the 70 or 80 other PvP or crew versus crew competitive missions that we have. Is that the way you feel about it too?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was like it's a tremendous opportunity to work with some of the original guys from TDU, because it was a passion of mine when I was playing on the 360. It was the game, and then to get to work with the guys was like, wow.
You guys were reflections. Even like going back to the original Driver was a game that came out on PS1. I remember the day I bought it. And like 3 different cities that felt like real places, and you guys have been consistently good at that. I think that Driver San Francisco was interesting in that respect as well, that it felt like a real place. One of the criticisms I might have the Test Drive Unlimited games is that well, maybe not criticism, but those games felt like they were sandbox for the player. You weren't trying to evoke a particular place or time. But it felt very much like it was about driving.
It's always important to fill it, it's okay. It's, as we say, size is important, the scale's important, but TDU, what I loved about that was the emergent gameplay. It was, a lot of the stuff like, we used to take Koenigseggs. We had a club we were called the Black Knights. We had black Lamborghini Gallardos, and we used to just drive around, and we'd look for someone who synced into our session, and we'd kind of pincer move them, drive them to the edge of a cliff, and then push them off. And this is the horror. This is the horror of multiplayer.
Makes me see you in a whole new light.
It's great. We had like match. Oh, it was perfect. But it's that emergent fun, that we used to take Koenigseggs to the top of mountains, and now with the crew we have a specialist kit which allows us to take cars to the top of mountains. Genuinely, it's all drivable.
That's right. But coming back to your point about the soul of a place, the spirit of San Francisco, if you will, I think in Test Drive Unlimited that was also due to the fact that it was Hawaii. And Hawaii has an ambience, but it's more a paradise feel, so it's a little superficial.
It felt a little intangible or something.
What we did on the crew was we wanted to find a solution to that. So, we did a lot of research trips that were very tough, going to Miami, I sent the team to Detroit.
It's a hard life. It's a hard life.
But I took care of New York, Miami, Los Angeles. But that for me was really a part of how can we make these different cities feel completely different. And it comes through in the architecture, comes through in the size of the streets, comes through in the art direction. So I think we've done a better job on that for the crew.
Well, I'm excited, but just when you came up here, you told me where you were from. I had no idea that this collaboration was happening. And they're 2 franchises that I've both loved, but also ones that I wanted to see more from.
Fantastic.
Cool.
So there's a lot more in the crew. I think this is going to be, about 5-6 times bigger than Test Drive Unlimited. How much bigger than San Francisco?
Oh, it's epic.
Invent a number if you don't know.
Invent a number. I'll say it's infinitely bigger than.
Infinitely bigger.
It's like the No Man's Sky of driving games.
That's a good quote.
Can I ask you a really boring question? If you wanted to drive from Miami to Los Angeles or from New York, or how long could it take if you're in a medium range car?
It's a very good question. What we showed during the E3 briefing was our trailer, and it's a time-lapse trailer.
So it was very cool.
Do you know why? Little secret, we came to E3 so unprepared.
Really?
We're closing the game, so we have to finish things.
Yes, of course.
And we don't have time to mess around with a specific